elevator. We got a top floor. I can say you're my back. You might jump back. Yeah, what you say? Yeah. Chwani, anytime my steps, fucking funny. Taka one, but just that tag. To the style, you know we don't papa. Keep on a vapala, vachenga vatala, ma kampala. Yeah, come for the cat to Katali. We push and stay strong like Netabi.
Okwa Namibia, Smoro Medak, how are you? How are you doing? The NSK here. It's a Friday, and you know on Fridays we are at our happiest as Namibians. But also on Fridays we do two things. We get ourselves a copy of the biggest newspaper brand in the country, The New Era. And number two, we make sure that we are pegged to the Facebook fan page because there's going to be a whole new podcast. And today, we have a man in studio that has been doing this for 20 plus odd years. He's probably going to correct me right now, okay? He's going to tell you, no, it's actually not 20, it's actually 10. Don't make me feel old. But it's a man that has been behind the decks for a very long time. It's a man that has been behind production elements for a very, very long time. It's a man that has given birth to many, many DJs, many, many artists. It's a man that also really believes in love. Okay, he's about to get married, y'all. And we are here for that. And of course, Industry Loop is invited to the weigh-in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please help me welcome DJ, the legendary Kboz. How are you doing, my good sir?
Good to be here.
No, it's good to have you, sir.
Yeah.
Let me quickly tell you something real quick. So, I mean, growing up in Kboz Bay, right? You guys were the big dogs from Windhoek, right? You yourself, DJ Paulo, and who was the other DJ? It was another legendary DJ, right? You guys came.
Romeo.
I think it's Romeo.
Yes.
Yeah. The Romeo, the trying to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, that guy loves his music.
Very much.
The three of you guys, right, and obviously some locals. The three of you guys were booked at Club La Costa.
I remember.
You guys were booked at Club La Costa. Club La Costa, for those who don't know, is in Kboz Bay. It's in Quisabun, literally in the hood. Yeah. Only the old binaries will know. The rest of my 2000 kids will not know.
Nah.
You guys were booked there, right? So what my sister did is she snuck me into the club.
For real?
Yes. Dude, I was like in primary school or something. She snuck me into the club, and then we were having their fun with yourself and Paulo and Romeo as the Windhoek big dogs.
Yeah, it was so packed. You know, obviously I've been showing love from the first time I started. Last year, December, I had a show at Wheezy Man.
Oh, Wheezy Man, you went Wheezy Man?
Yeah.
Wheezy Man is fun. Shout out to Wheezy Man.
Yeah, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite. And I was so shocked it was packed, you know. And for me, I was like, okay, it's an ordinary packed day. And he said, no. He said, like, these kids literally came to see you because they've only heard about you and they only used to see you as kids. Now they're grown. So for them, it's their first time seeing you in action. And yo, they showed so much love. I was amazed.
So what do we call you? Do we call you a generational DJ then?
I think so.
Like we have different generations that grew up with you.
Yes.
That's powerful, man.
Yeah, each from 2000, from the year 2000, you come to 2000 to 2005, 2005 to 2010, then 2011 coming down to 2015, 2015 to 2020, and now I'm at 2K.
So that's 4 generations.
Yeah. And the music keeps changing.
And it keeps changing and it keeps evolving.
Evolving, and I get to a point where sometimes I want to evolve with the audience, but sometimes I just stick my ground and I say, nah, you know, I think I need to just give them what I always like giving. And you'll be surprised, they still love it. You know, even when I take it back, they still love it.
Yeah.
They still enjoy it because they expect me to do that.
Let's talk about your journey, Buddha. Let's talk about your journey, especially coming from, you know, your motherland, Kenya, to Namibia. Explain to us that passage. Was it inspired by the Ogopa days, or was it just your own Zulas decided, listen, I'm going to go explore Southern Africa, I'm going to go explore Africa? What was your story?
So for me, I grew up in a music environment as a child. My dad was a huge listener of music, so he collected a lot of LPs and cassettes.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and you know, like weekends when he's at home, he would come and put his LP in, sit there with his beer, listening, and I'll come sit next to him. And he would educate me on the song. He would explain who the artist is, how they came into the business, and I started getting a lot of interest into music. And also as I was a kid, I used to bang on tables
and like so.
And my parents didn't understand what was going on. And then one of my parents' friends, who's a teacher, came to the house, and she caught me doing the banging and everything. And my mom was complaining, and the teacher said, "No, that's because he's a musician. He's making music in his head.
Oh, snap.
So you need to buy him an instrument for him to get that music out."
Yeah.
So my mom waited until I was 11 years, and then one day she brought this nice big keyboard to the house. And the minute they unpacked it, I took it and I just dragged it in front of the TV, because there was this show I liked watching where this guy used to teach people how to play piano. And I dragged it in front and waited for that show to start. And when it started, he started playing and I started doing exactly what he was doing. And my mom asked me, "Where did you learn that?" And I said, "Just watching on TV."
Dude, how young were you that time?
That time I was 11. And she's like, "Have you ever played the piano before?" I'm like, "Nope, it's the first time I'm touching it." And from there they were like, "Now we need to take this guy to music school." So I majored in music in primary school, majored in music in high school, and then when I came to UNAM, they were not offering music. My dad was a lecturer at UNAM at that time. So he told me, "No, why don't you study media? Because media is close to music.
Exactly.
Maybe it can get you into areas that you would want to know." I mean, there's something called UNAM Radio. Just go there, see if they can offer you a job or something. So I went to UNAM Radio. I met Robin Tyson. He was,
shout out to the Grootman.
He was the head of UNAM Radio at that time. Yeah, and he liked my vibe. You know, he liked my energy, and he was like, "Okay, you know what? Get in there, let's see what you can do." And UNAM Radio now became...
This is now you on air now or just production?
I was doing production.
Okay.
Yeah, I was more, I wanted to produce. So I was producing the jingles, I was producing the adverts and whatnot. And to my surprise, we started competing with apparently it was our rival, Radio Energy. And I'm like, "But we're a community radio."
Yeah, so how does that work? Yeah.
But it turns out that the jingles I was making was so superior that it made us sound like we're a commercial radio station. So Radio Energy started doing their research to see who's behind this stuff. And they found out it's me, so they called Jaya.
Jaya.
Yeah.
Wow. You are mentioning legendary names here, my guy.
So Jaya came to UNAM Radio. She interviewed me here and there. We did a few stuff in production. She just wanted to see how I vibe. And the next thing, I just get a call. And I'm told, "Yeah, we want to see if you can work with us at Radio Energy." So I was a bit conflicted because I had a certain loyalty to UNAM Radio.
To UNAM Radio. Yeah. And plus, you're still studying that time also?
Yeah, that time I was still studying.
Okay.
I was in my 3rd year. And I went to my professor and he's like, "Look, UNAM Radio was not meant to be your home. It was meant to be a building, ground for you. Energy is now where you go and become the ultimate of who you want to be. And so you have my blessings, you can go." And from there I went to Energy, and the rest is history.
Your boss that time, was it Gerald? Or who was Gerald? Nah?
Gerald, yeah.
So you were working with the likes of BK, you were working with the likes of...
Yes.
Josie Joss was just... Josie Joss arrived a bit later?
Josie Joss came after me.
After you, okay,
yes,
okay.
Me, yes.
So it was BK, it was QT.
It was
Jaya, obviously Tashia,
Sackman.
Yes, oh my goodness, Sackman, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, those were the guys who were running it at that time. DJ Paulo was also there. And Paulo is the one who now started introducing me to the big gigs, you know, meeting these big shots, doing big weddings and whatnot, you know.
The actual art of disc jockey.
Yeah.
Was that also Paulo's work on you? Or did you learn that on your own?
Disc jockeying, I learned it in Kenya. Here's a very funny story that I don't like telling people.
Give it to us. We're talking. That's why we are here.
It was traumatizing because so my mom introduced me to a friend of ours. His name was DJ John. He's a family friend.
Okay.
He was like one of the biggest DJs in the country. They had a group called Homeboys. And they used to do Homeboys Radio, where they would go on radio and do mixing. And their mixes were on point. So I used to tell my mom, I love this mixing, I love the mixing. My mom was like, "No, I know the guy."
Oh,
so,
snap.
So I'll take you, I'll introduce you to him. So I met John, and John started now introducing me into the DJing. And now John used to take me to Sunday Soul, which is like the matinees.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
for the youngsters.
For the youngsters now, but that side is Sunday Soul.
Yes. So
All right.
now I would go and I would like DJ and you know, do that stuff. And then he started sneaking me now into the main events. And it so happened there was a DJ competition.
Oh.
And I took part in the DJ competition and I won.
Wait, this is in Nairobi?
This is in Nairobi.
Yo!
Yeah.
How old were you that time? Like
I was
teenage years?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Yo!
Now, I'm just, you know, glad, happy I won.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the magnitude of it because at church, I was in the process of getting baptized.
Ah.
You understand?
So it's an oxymoron. It's two different worlds.
Two different worlds.
Two different worlds, yeah, yeah.
And to my mom, I'm going to John. He's teaching me how to DJ,
Yeah.
and I go home.
Not you out here playing at clubs and winning competitions.
Those things, those things are not even allowed. You understand? So on Monday, my dad just walks in and he's fuming, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And my dad just puts the newspaper in front.
Newspaper?
Frontline newspaper. 16-year-old wins DJ competition. And my picture there, smiling, this big smile, holding a trophy. And
Oh my goodness.
Yo, I shrunk. I wanted the world to just swallow me that day because it was so bad. And then I'm going to church, and the church elders are looking at me, and they're
Because now the story is out. It's in the newspaper. It's the biggest newspaper probably even.
so disappointed. They're like, we had so much faith in you, you know, we thought you were going to become one of us. And so that story died.
Yeah. Immediately now. Yeah.
Baptism didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen. There was no way it was going to happen after that, because it meant I was now in the world.
In the circular world now.
Yeah, in the secular world, and you can't do that. You know? So that was a process. My mom was so disappointed. You know, her son, she always wanted to see me get back. So I had to put the DJing aside, and then I focused now
on the actual music.
On renewing, renewing my faith in church again. So when I turned 17, I got baptized. So my mom was okay with that, and everything was cool, and you know, I was like, okay, I made her proud. And then when I turned 18, unfortunately, she passed away in a road accident.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so she wasn't able to see this new journey that I was about to take. But I remember her telling me, look, I know you want to do this, but there's things you have to learn in life before you get into this world. Because it's a dangerous world. And for a young boy like you can get washed away into it. So I want you first to finish your faith. When you're done with your faith, you can go into the world, understanding the world as it is. So when I turned 18 and she passed away, my dad came to Namibia. But I stayed in Kenya.
To lecture was at UNAM,
To lecture at UNAM. But I stayed for the 2 years because I wanted to finish school there. Then I came here in 2000. So when I came in 2000, that's when I
the building blocks now
revived the DJing thing because I really wanted to do it. And I spoke to my dad, and my dad was like, yeah, but you're always good at it. It's who you are, you know, so take it on, you know.
Did you need these blessings to revive the DJing?
Oh, definitely. If there's one thing I never ever wanted was to displease my parents, because that particular occasion, that thing was not good. Like, I could see the disappointment, you know. So as much, and winning the trophy was a good thing, but later on I ended up despising it because it didn't come with the blessings of my parents. You understand? So it would have been a different scenario if my parents were there cheering on, you know.
Exactly.
And I also started understanding the importance of having your family behind you when you're doing certain things, whether in sports, entertainment. It's always nice when you have your family having your back. When they don't have your back, you're alone, so you fall into different people's hands, and people can manipulate you, abuse you. You understand? So luckily for me, I had DJ John, who was a big
who gave you that exactly.
So he would tell me, bro, you're here to DJ. Stop looking at those girls.
Do your work.
Do your work. Like,
now, in terms of the capital city, now you in 2000, you speak to your father and you get the blessing and you start working. Who opened the doors for you here in Windhoek in terms of DJing?
Okay, in terms of DJing, there's two DJs. They're not really popular, but they were popular back then in the campus scenes and Kudisanga scenes.
Kudisanga.
Yeah.
Which turned into
Funky, is it?
no, Kudisanga was
Fashion back.
yes.
Actually, no. It's next to fashion.
Next to fashion, yes, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was 2 DJs. There was one called Master Will.
Master Will?
Yeah, and another called DJ Franche. They were...
These guys were on campus?
They were on campus. If you wanted music, they're the guys you go to. They had all the latest. I don't know where they got the music from.
But the two of them.
MP3s back then.
Back in the day,
It was just CDs, but they seemed to have every latest song that comes out. So I became their friends because they were also from Kenya. Yeah.
Okay.
And so for them, it was cool to see another Kenyan brother in the DJing scene and whatnot. But now they're corporate dudes. So
right now, okay.
So they started teaching me, like really, like showing me a lot of things, like how to understand to play music. Because DJ John taught me how to be what you call a session DJ. You play for 30 minutes, you rock the crowd for 30 minutes.
And then you excuse yourself.
And you excuse yourself. So it was about the skill, it was about the scratching, it was about the a cappella and instrumental, you understand?
Do what you need to do in those 30 minutes.
Yes. So with DJ Franche, and then it was about now, okay, you've got 3 hours in the club.
You are literally a resident DJ.
How are you going to take people for those 3 hours? What type of music do you play? So now they started grinding me. I'll go to DJ Franche's house like on a Sunday, and he'd be there with his friends or his girlfriend, and they're cooking, and he sends me straight to the room. He's like, okay, he opens his computer, he says, okay, I got 10 songs here, start mixing. And I'll be there trying to mix. He's like, it's like, bro, listen.
Listen, you have to
hear
listen.
that song, hear this song. What do they have in common? And I'm like, okay, they've got this and this. That's why you mix this one and not this one with this one. And I started learning now how to take people on a journey. You know.
Yeah, with your set
with
now.
Your set. You need to take people on a journey. You don't just play random songs, you know, or just play because it's the hottest song. You have to time it. Or you can spoil someone's favorite song by playing it at the wrong time.
At the wrong time.
You understand?
And I'm happy that you mentioned this because, and that's why I'm asking about your DJ background.
Yeah.
Right? I'm asking about your DJ background because right now, in 2023, we have a tricky DJ scene.
Yeah.
Kboz.
Yes,
you know, we have a very tricky DJ scene. We are split into 2.
Yes.
Right? We have the younger generation that seemingly wants to hear one genre the whole night.
Yeah.
And then you have the older generation who has the buying power. Who does not necessarily want to hear one genre the whole night. So now a man like you gets booked, right, to go and play at the most popular spot. Right? At the most popular spot in Windhoek or in Namibia, in Walvis Bay or wherever, Weezim, and you had Weezim recently. And so now they say, Kboz, play, here's your hour or here's your 45 minutes. What do you play? Because now you have the younger generation there, right? They you know, and then the older generation is there like, yo, I'm the one here with the buying power. Can you play to me, please? What's your signs?
I think for me, I'll say this. I'm one of the few DJs who's blessed with grasping the attention of the audience no matter what I play. And I think there was a day I went and I played amapiano, and the crowd they were fine, they were cool, but when I switched to Afrobeat and local, they were very happy. And then I came to realize that because of who I am, when I go on to DJ, people expect me to give them a certain vibe. So it has put me in a position where I can gamble. I can walk in and say, today I'm just going to play local. And it will work. Because the 3 DJs before me, for those 3 hours, were all playing on a piano. So at some point, people's ears want to hear something different. So unless the DJ before me switches the vibe, I am always at liberty to just walk in and say, okay, you know what, guys, let me just give you a Kboz show. And it works. But you're right, it's not easy to walk into a place and everybody's on our piano. You change the
you change the vibe.
You change the vibe, yeah. But the beauty about it is when I change the vibe with something they're familiar with. I do my level best not to give them stuff they're unfamiliar with. So when you play them, like if you play them Sunny Boy ballads, and I'm a 2K will dance to it
100%.
because they remember my mom used to dance to ballads and we love that song. So it's like you're taking them on a journey, you're taking them back, reminding them of where they came from. So by the time the next DJ comes on and he's playing on a piano, their ears are fresh and ready to hear it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was your worst DJ experience? Your worst set ever? Where you were playing, but yesterday for some reason they are just not vibing, man. It's just not Kbozing, yeah.
It was a function.
A function even?
Yeah.
Not even a club story?
No. It was a year-end event.
Those ones are difficult.
I don't want to mention that company.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because it was full of white racists. And they just wanted to hear De La Rey the whole night. And I felt so uncomfortable playing that song.
Yeah.
And every time I tried switching, they would complain. And it got to a point where they just started throwing insults.
Yeah.
And I could hear the conversations. And wow, I got to a point and I just went to the organizer. I'm like, bruh, I don't need your money for this event.
You threw in the towel?
I gotta go.
You threw in the towel?
I said, you know what?
You should just play some Ken Darren, Stefan Ludig,
I am going home.
Yeah.
I am done with this. And I was done. And
Look,
from there, it taught me one thing. Always ask, who's the audience? Who is your audience? What do they want? And then from there you can say, yes, I'll do the event, or no. Or yeah, bring in backup. Like, there's that DJ who's good at certain things, and you tell him, hey dude, so this is how much they're paying me, I'm gonna split it half.
To handle that.
Handle this particular angle. So when you see me coming with backup, just understand, I've come to realize there's a certain area that is not for me, so I'm gonna let this person do this thing.
I mean, that honesty is seriously brave. A lot of DJs are not brave enough to be that honest. We would rather accept the money and to go make a fool of ourselves.
And you'll mess up because you won't be booked for the next one. But if you can be humble enough to say, okay, look, these guys are paying me, let's give a rough estimate, 10K. It's cool. I can go home with my 5K. You can go home with a 5. But what you've done is you've empowered this person.
Yes.
Because he also gets to understand why you called him. And the next gig, he's also going to do the same. Because he's going to start understanding the only way we can get this money coming in is if we work
collaboration.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
So collaborations have really helped me.
Now, Kboz, one thing that I know about the DJ world, most DJs frown on this factor. Which is requesting. Where is your scientist? Where is your stance when it comes to requesting? Can you come there and say, hey, Kboz, please, can you please play me Lang Aram? Or Kboz, can you please play me what is the whatever, man, like a left genre.
Unfortunately, we can't get rid of that. It's a factor of the day. It's everywhere you go, there's gonna be people who are gonna request. But I came up with something new. If you request, you pay. Because you're taking me off my set. So if you want me to play you your favorite song, then you gotta pay. And I'll charge. I'll tell you it's $100 for a request. So if you really badly want that song, give me my $100.
So my request to you now is give me a song that introduced DJ Kboz to the scene. That is available online that we can play right now as our insert. that said, listen, in terms of production, this is Kboz. Come to me, I can produce your song for you. Do you even remember?
No.
Like how far back? It's not even necessarily far, right? It's far back.
I started with Pablo and them.
You started with Pablo.
Those Miss Call, Telila Kashona, those are songs I produced before they went back to Elvo to reproduce them for the album. I did the singles And then when the albums were released, Elvo reproduced them for the album. So I started back there. Where I was charging
$50.
What's this girl? Her name is Lydia. There's this.
Oh, Lydia, the singer. What's she? This one nice house. Yeah. I know Lydia. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I did those two songs for her. Her first hit song I produced.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have faith in that beat because it was, for me, it was just me listening to my Fikizolo and then trying to copy that melody. And then I just made a beat around it and I was like, oh, so I can do Afropop. Okay, wow. Next thing, Lydia is coming with Stalin to the
Stalin, wow.
to radio. And she's going on, I love that beat. I really want to buy it. How much is it? And I'm like, $50 is cool. You can.
And $50 was a lot of money back then.
That was food.
What year was it? 2002, 2003?
Yeah, that was food for the whole week.
CJ. Okay, so let's try and find Pablo's Telela Kashona or any Pablo song.
Yeah. Miss Call
and Telela Kashona. Let's go for that song right now and we'll be back in the back. Stick around, don't go anywhere.
Oh Pablo, guys, ngama mebra ulekele da. Sekomoro kuba mebru ila ude man. Ay, ranja idele ke kashona man. Dele le kashona de apepe. No worry. Dele la kashona. 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 Nenko tu dele la kashona. Aite, nenko tu aite. Angino halo toye fa, angino halo toye fa. Asene kapiwa harato sigi, asene kapiwa harato sigi. Kau machikera iyo ngahu, kau machikera iyo ngahu. Jayvalite los, asene kapiwa harato sigi. Angino halo toye fa, jayvalite los. Angino halo toye, angino halo toye fa. Teti jayvalite los. Kau machikera iyo ngahu, kau machikera tele la kashona, tele la kashona, lepo tu tele la kashona, tele la kashona, tele la kashona, aite, lepo tu aite, ojita aite, tele la kashona man, tele la kashona, hola, tele la kashona. Atele la kashona, atele. Onja namba moja, tuwe pamoja. Onja namba mbili, tuwe makatili. Talako mbili, deranjo mbili. What's the deal? No kasikili. Stop the killing, start the feeling of just chilling. We just chilling, yeah, chilling up in junior citizen, baby. Come on, ajayvalite los. Angino halo toye fa, angino halo toye fa. Sele kapiwa harato sigi, sele kapiwa harato sigi. Akau machikera iyo ngahu, akau machikera iyo ngahu. Tele la kashona, 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 tele la kashona. Tele la kashona, 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 tele la tele la kashona, lento tele la kashona. Aite, lento tu aite, tu lo che, aite, optita aite, lento tu aite. Tele, hola, tele la kashona, tele la kashona. Don't rush the crash. You know how to do it, fa. You know how to do it, fa. Jayvalite los. Jayvalite los. Asene kapiwa harato sigi, asene kapiwa harato sigi. Kau machikera iyo ngahu, kau machikera iyo ngahu. Jayvalite los. man. Jealous man. You know how to do it, you know how to do it, man. Sene kapi wa harato sigi, sene kapi wa harato sigi man. Au machikira iyo ngahu, sen ngahu.
This is what we do every single Friday. We bring the conversations right to your phone, to your screen, to your desktop, to your TV, wherever it is that you're enjoying this. Thank you, by the way, to everyone that makes sure that every single Friday they tune in, right? Thank you so much for liking our posts. Thank you so much for sharing our posts. Thank you so much for skinnering about our conversations in your WhatsApp groups. My name is NSK, and today we have a legendary producer. We just got back from a Pablo song. Now, listen, DJ Kboz, you mentioned Pablo.
Yeah.
There is just no way I cannot mention all the other greats. Okay, perhaps one of the things that why legend is attached to your name today. We didn't know about Pablo. We know about the other names.
Yes.
So, oh my goodness, Pablo. Wow. Let's talk about King Tili now.
Yeah.
The dog then.
Yes.
You guys had a relationship back in the day.
From you.
From Yuna?
Yeah.
With his yellow suit?
Yeah. I was friends with his sister.
Yeah. Oh, with his sister?
Yeah.
Diamond what?
No.
Oh, another sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
Magano.
Oh, okay, Magano. Okay, yeah.
Magano. So Magano, like she was this girl I met at Yuna, and we just clicked. We became close friends, you know, because I used to be hungry at Yuna, I won't lie. And one day she came, she was like, why do you always look hungry?
Literally,
yeah. Like, okay, come I'll cook for you.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, okay, why would you want to cook for me?
Yeah. Like,
then later on she was like, yeah, you're the guy who plays on Unam Radio. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I like your music. You play really good music. I was like, oh, cool. So from there we became friends. Then Dog was looking for someone to produce for him a song. And the sister said, no, there's this guy called Kboz. Just go to him, he'll do it for you. And that time I was this geek.
like literally geek vibes. Yeah.
The dreads were not there. Big shirts and everything.
Yeah.
Book on one corner, CDs on another. On the corridor.
Yeah.
So
Focused.
That was me. So Dog comes to Stalin's room because that's where I used to produce from, and he says, I'm looking for Kboz. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And then he looks, he starts laughing.
Yeah.
You can't be Kboz. Yeah. Like, what's up? He's like, oh, okay, I need you to produce for me a song. So he starts playing the song. He plays the idea, and I started playing the chords on. And that was for Satana.
Osholo Satana.
Yeah.
That's the song that you practically contextualized with him.
Yes. That was the song I did with him in studio, and he was from there. He looked at me and he's like, "So you're that good?" I'm like, "Yeah." But why do you look like a geek?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you want me to look? He's like, no, man, you gotta look cool.
Yeah.
He's like, you're cool, bruh. You're very, very cool. Like, I need you to look cool, cause he's like, bruh, no one will believe you're a producer. So it's because of what he said, it's stuck in me, and I started changing my image. Because I realized, oh, okay, there's more to me than I see myself as, you know. So from that song, me and him just became buddies. And I used to DJ at the Unam Festival, Festival, and he used to perform. So they used to call us the six-pack artists.
Away.
Yeah, because we used to perform for $200 in the six-pack.
So the story of getting paid with the six-pack is actually true.
Oh no, it's true. It's very true. Because when I was DJing, I used to DJ in rooms. You know, like girls used to host these room parties. So there was one.
In the hostel,
yeah, there was one girl. She was very, very popular at that time. Her name was Jennifer, and Jennifer was hosting a room in her a party in her room, and she said, "I want you to come DJ, the same way you DJ at Unam Radio." And I was like, oh, okay, so what do you have for me? And then she was like, okay, I'll give you $200. I'll make a plate of food for you, and then I'll get you whatever you want.
And that's a good deal.
Yeah, I was like, get me a six-pack of Into Club.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, cool. So that became my standard. Now
Yeah. 200, 6 pack.
6 pack. Yeah.
Food is bonus.
And for me, like $200 that time was a lot of money. So I would do like a room party on Friday, room party on Saturday, and the room parties end at 12 because the security guards.
Of course, yeah, they will come
down.
Yeah.
And then from there we go to the club. So every weekend I would go home and I would show my dad, like, yo, dad,
there's a little something.
there's a little something. And my dad was like, so this thing really pays? I'm like, and I was like, no, you're my blessing. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
So from there, I think there was the owner of Shintemba.
Oh, Shintemba, yeah.
He was dating one of the girls
at the hostel.
At the hostel.
Yeah.
And so he came because she didn't want to leave. So he wanted to figure out why are you not coming out when I'm telling you to come.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he finds out there's a whole party
in the dome.
In the dome. And he's looking, he's checking, yo, people are vibing. And he's listening to the music. So he asks, who's playing the music? And they're like, some guy called Kboz. So he tells the girlfriend, tell him to come to the club. So I went to the club and I'm standing there, the bouncers don't know me.
Yeah, well, there is a small lady.
Yeah, like, no, I was told to come here by Mr. Hesh. I stand there, wait for him. So I'm standing there. Then Hesh walks past me, he doesn't know who I am.
Yeah, of course, because he just heard you. Yeah,
and I also don't know who he is. Then he walks by and then he stands and he's like, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I was told to come here. He's like, by who? So I mentioned his girlfriend's name. And then he's like, oh, is it you? Yeah, come. So I go inside and he says, I want you to play. I'm like, huh? Yeah, I want you to play. So I take my CDs, I start DJ. Then at the end of the night, he says, do you wanna play here? I'm like, yeah, it's Shintemba.
Yeah, it's the legendary.
It's like, okay, come on Thursday. So I come on Thursday and I'm DJing. The next thing he says, okay, come to the office. He's like, okay, here's a contract.
Contract?
Yeah. You're gonna
yesterday.
For us now, and these are the rules. This is what we do. Everything, blah 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 blah. So how do you feel about it? And I'm like, yo. And you know that time, $200, 6 pack. Is all you're getting.
Now it's a whole contract.
It's a whole contract.
And a whole platform.
With a platform with a good salary package. And I'm just like, yo. And I'm like, how do you come to this? And from there, I was happy about it.
Yeah.
Until he told me, now, Paulo was on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Romeo was on Fridays. Paulo, Romeo, Saturdays.
Yeah.
So I was given Thursdays.
There's Thursdays now.
And Thursday was nothing happened. Thursday was dead. In fact, Thursday never existed. Like they gave it to me and they told me, here, you gotta make it exist.
Yeah.
So Droopy from Ladidas had started these $5 shooters. If you remember. They had shooters for $5 every Thursday.
He would promote it on Radio Energy all the time.
Yes. So Droopy, I went to Droopy and I was like, yo Droopy, I don't know how to handle this whole thing because now I'm given Thursday nights and I really don't know how to make this work. Then Droopy is like, okay, do they charge on Thursdays? I'm like, no, they don't charge. It's like, good. Okay, come to Funky Lab. That time Funky Lab was in
but old power station, eh? Or what?
No. It was in Klein Vinto.
Oh, Klein Vinto. Oh, that Funky Lab. Oh, yeah.
It was in Klein Vinto. So
I confused it with Blue Note, sorry.
So he tells me come to Funky Lab. So I went to Funky Lab and he takes the mic and he announces, he's like, yo guys, after party, Shintemba. That's where we're gonna be. It's free, student night, go. And everyone flocked.
So Droopy literally opened it up for you nicely like that.
Opened it up for me and everyone came and Thursday was packed. And from that day onwards, everyone knew Funky Lab, Shintemba. Funky Lab, Shintemba. So I ended up making Thursdays the biggest night. It was bigger than Wednesday, bigger than Sunday.
No disrespect to Paulo and Romeo. But you know, it's a contact sport.
Because they were the dons at that time.
Yeah.
So I was given the dead night and told make
something,
Yeah, and from that alone, the owners of Shintemba, even Kaembe from DRC, when he came to Namibia, he wanted to meet the DJ who was responsible for making Thursday nights big.
That's huge.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I really appreciate is that the people around me always back me up. Whenever I came to them and told them, look guys, we need to do ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to take you back to again King Tilly. Now the dog. Like back then, he gets very angry if you. So you have to give reference. Obviously, back then there was you know what I mean. He had this friendship with Gaza. Sonny Boy later also became in the mix.
Yeah.
But you also had your own relationship with Gaza, isn't it?
Yeah, I did.
Was this now through Dog?
Yes, because I met Gaza through King TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came to Energy. They were going to do a show in the north.
Yeah.
And I think Energy was the media partner.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's how Dog was like, yo, this is Gaza.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the biggest artists in the country.
So fast forward now to the issues that when they had that issues, the GMP and Mshasho issues.
Yeah.
Were you in any crossroads of any sort in that moment, or you continue working with them independently?
No, I worked with them independently because each one of them I was doing something different. With Gaza I was more on the DJing side. Because Gaza, I introduced him, I played him something, Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. Will Smith is on the mic.
Yes, and Jazzy Jeff is playing.
So I told him, let's try doing something like that, but do it with Kwaito. And then I can scratch on Kwaito beats and whatnot. And Gaza liked the idea. So that was my relationship with him. Whereas with King TV, it was more in the studio. We were more in the studio working and whatnot because Gaza had his thing. He was more in tune with what he wanted to do. You understand?
Yeah.
So production-wise, I wasn't really
highly involved like
that because he had a thing in the way he did his thing. I related more on King TV because we were both melodic people. So when it came to playing the melodies, it worked more with King TV.
King Diddy is notorious for his hard beats.
Yeah.
Was that you?
It was both of us. It was both of us. We had good ideas that we used to put together. Like if I tell you the story of Get Some More, Get Some More was supposed to be. It was no. Can You Feel It?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be for Konja.
Oh.
But Konja took forever
to respond and record the song and get to it.
To campaign. Yeah, and King.
So Can You Feel It was actually Konja's. It was conceptualized for Konja.
For Konja. We were in the car, we were in the bus driving back to Vintage, and I played it, and Konja said, I like this idea. And Dog was quiet. He wasn't saying anything in the car. And then he went to France after he won Artist of the Year. He calls me from France. He's like, bro, that beat, did Konja buy it? I'm like, no. He says, okay, come meet me at the airport. So I went to the airport when he arrived, and we went straight to my place. And from there he's like, okay, play the beat. I started playing it, I'm playing it, he's listening, he's like, dude, I like this beat. I'm gonna buy it. And he's like, I'm gonna give you $6,000 for this beat.
$6,000 back then?
Back then, yeah.
That is insane, man.
I thought he was joking.
Yeah.
Because we were drunk.
Of course.
Yeah, we were like, alcohol, tomorrow will come.
Yeah. Especially you. King Diddy.
He's like, yeah, okay. Then I was like, okay, I have another beat for you. Maybe, I don't know, it's not your style, but maybe you like it. Then I played for him, Get Some More. And he just had a The guy's like, what? He's like, no, I'm taking these two beats. He says, tomorrow morning I'm coming.
Yeah, recording.
I'm coming with 10K. So, went, slept. 10 in the morning, he's knocking at my door. I open. Comes in, you know how he talks.
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah, count your money. I was Babalas. Babalas just disappeared.
Because like you're looking at 10K.
I'm counting, I'm like 10K. And he's like, give me my files. I'm gonna go record with Elvo.
Yeah. Okay.
Packed up all the files.
Yeah, whatever. Take the masters. Take it. Take it.
Everything. Yeah. And he went. Next thing he goes, he records the song.
And those are one of his biggest songs, especially Can You Feel It?
Can You Feel It and Get Some More?
Yeah.
He still performs until today.
Until today,
in every show. That's how much value he saw in the song. And that's the one thing I liked about working with King TV.
Yeah.
Is every time he saw value in things I did with him,
he would invest.
He would invest. He would invest in the song, not just in the production, also in the song, shoot videos, and then Can You Feel It ends up winning him Channel O and Best Newcomer or something like that. So I mean, for me, it was a win for all of us.
So where did you and Gaza differ then? Like, at which point did you and Gaza differ? Because you were DJing for Gaza.
Yeah.
There's this beef that's going on.
Yeah.
You're supplying world-class beats for King TD.
Yeah.
Where did you and Gaza differ?
I think it was just the people around him.
Around him now?
Yeah. I think it was just the people around him. I don't think I was comfortable with
his crew. That it was. Well, these are the street kids. These are the Zogs of those worlds.
Yeah. I think it was. There was a lot of passion with Gaza, you have to understand. Because he had a lot to prove. Because he kept losing to Dog. You understand? And it put him in a point where he got very emotional about a lot of things. And I will also say at that time I was also very young. And so the term loyalty was not really jiving much with me. For me, I felt I can chill with you, I can chill with you.
Exactly, yeah.
But I could see the fact that I was with Dog, and you see these people were not really happy with that. So it got to a point where I had to step back, you know. But funny enough, when he did Quatenyo Nona, when we did Quatenyo Nona and Tufika Yapa,
big songs again?
we came back again and we started vibing together. And we worked, we finished and everything. And then I think from there, also the song with Davido Kunamkweni.
The remix now,
Yes, I produced that one for him.
Fantastic.
And we worked together in studio and everything. I think what happened was I was not giving Gaza the attention he needed. For me,
that he wanted or needed?
That he needed.
That he needed.
Yeah, that he needed. Because it was more like, for me, how I work with artists is like, hey, we're on today, we're on. We work, tomorrow I'm on to something else. With Gaza, you need to really sit with him. You need to work. Like, it's a process.
It's not just a day's story.
No, it's a whole process. And I think he got impatient with how I was working. So it didn't sit well with him. You know, so it just started, we started distancing ourselves, you know. But it was not bad blood.
Oh, okay. At that point, it was not bad blood.
It was not bad blood, you know, And the time they got the money from Swapo,
the ruling party,
I made a statement which was misinterpreted by his people. And they made it look like I was hating on him. Because he went to shoot the video in the States, you know, and he
with
said...
Nyanda,
with Nanda,
and
he said, I'm trying to teach people what to do. And so I went on Facebook and I said, if you gave me 2.5 mil, I'll go shoot with Hype Williams. You understand? What I was trying to tell the people is, you can't get small money and work with small directors. When you get the big money, go big.
Go big.
You understand? So now his people took that statement and flipped it like I'm trying to hate on him.
And that ignited another situation.
You understand? And and I was like, you know what, I really don't want to explain this. I don't think his people understand that I was actually on his side and not against him and everything, But later on...
But a conversation was never had between the two of you?
Not really. He confronted me about it and I said, no, guys, you got it wrong. But I think that was later on. We ended up just letting it go. Because we realized there's no point in having these things. You know? But now we're back again.
Back again in studio again,
But this time now I'm fully working with him. Like I'm giving him the time that he needs. Because I realized with him, he's not the artist where I should just walk in, finish a song one day, and then walk out and then I'm done and then I go. So now I'm giving him the ample time that he needs because I want to give him something legendary. Because he says this is probably
the legend album.
The legend album.
I mean, speaking of music, I mean, you look, you are Mr. Music. You know what I mean? And as Mr. Music, you also found love in music. Tell us about you and Sally. Where did you guys meet? Because I'm sure you guys met musically first.
Yeah, we met through Mushe.
Through Mushe? That is very random. How did you guys meet through Mushe? Yes. Glenn good old days.
Yes, Mushe had his studio. So all the artists from the hood used to come and produce with him. Yeah, so I would go to the studio and listen to the beats and listen to the songs and play all these artists and whatnot. But Sally kept standing out. And I was like, yo, this girl got something.
Yeah.
You know.
At what point did it become romantic?
I think when we met in studio, when we started working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I mean, you guys, the two of you, you went on to create this huge freaking movement.
Yeah.
Okay, like this, like I think you know this. It was yes, which obviously inspired other females as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, rightfully so. Was that a conscious decision? You know what I mean? You play your part, she plays her part. We are forced together. I'm a DJ, I'm a producer. You give me the vocals. You know what I mean? We move as a force.
Honestly speaking, I didn't see it coming.
You didn't see it coming?
No, I didn't. It was just me doing what I always do. And I always get surprised when songs do so well. Because I'm not thinking that this song is going to be a hit, it's going to have a huge impact. I just like what I do. And I'm like, okay, let's blend this, let's blend that. You know, like with Boss Madame, I was like, okay, let's blend dancehall, let's blend Kwasa Kwasa, let's blend some R&B, you know. Let's give a poiki course of a song.
Yeah. And
it ends up becoming one of the biggest songs in the country to date. You know, I never plan these things.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Now, and it became very powerful.
Yeah, very, very.
That's the combination, it became very powerful.
That's the thing, it became powerful and we didn't know how to handle it. Yes.
Which brings me to my next question. I mean, were you limited to work with other artists when you were in this power quorum?
Yeah, pretty much. You are limited because you are now. You see, now you're looking. It's like you're looking for your next high. That was the first high, and now you're looking for the next high. I need to get that. So we were now looking for what's the next big song. What's the next now all of a sudden we're conscious about making a big song because now we have a big song, and it got to the point where I would keep the best beats for her. You understand? I would keep the best hits for her and all of that. And it gets to a point where you find yourself not really working with anyone else in the industry because you feel, okay, I can get everything from here. I don't need to go
music, money, you name it.
Everything, yeah, I get it from here. So I started thinking like a record label. Let's just focus on this one person and run with it. And it worked because the focusing on one person, you get the best out of them and you give them the best. Because now I started thinking like how record labels think. We focus on our artists, we push them through, we see it through, they become a huge sensation, and we get another one, groom them like that. So now it's like I was doing the job of A&R, record
label, boss, producer, marketing, everything.
You understand, yeah.
Where did it go wrong?
I think it was just too much focus on the business. Yeah. So
because now there's also family on the other side.
Yeah. And I'd say on my side, I was too focused on the business. And I was at a point where I was like, nah, man, it's not the environment that I would love for it to be. Yeah, so unfortunately when we sat and spoke and, had to come to terms with where we are, we just had to end it. Yeah. But it ended in good terms. It was not hating on each other, bad blood or whatnot, because we still work together.
Yeah.
We're in studio as we speak.
Alright.
Yeah.
You're in studio together as you speak right now?
Oh, yeah, very much. In fact, I was with her in studio together.
That is incredible. I mean, the reason why we ask is obviously you've moved on to a new chapter. You know what I mean? Osi Frida decided to capture your heart and to guard it. Tell us about this new romance, my guy. You know what? Maybe even calling it romance is maybe even disrespectful because you have proposed. You are engaged.
You should ask me this question 5 years from now.
5 years from now, because you don't even know yet.
No. I can give you an answer 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's something I would like to answer with her seated right here. You understand? Just the same as with Sally and I, anything to do with us, I would like us to answer with both of us seated here. You understand? It makes more sense when it comes from two parties than coming from one party. You understand?
Look, I mean, listen, if it's one thing that I know is that in the industry, you do get cooped up in your circle. You do get cooped up in what you see in front of you. If you were to advise a lightiger right now that's coming up in the industry, that's looking at doing what we do, what you do, and whoever the influencers and whatever talent, the actors and so on. Quick question: do we date in the industry or not?
No. It's not advisable.
Find someone else in a different industry.
Very much. Pretty much. Because at one point you either start admiring each other or you become rivals. Yes. So it's unadvisable. I mean, let's look at Hollywood. Look at the successful artists who've had a successful marriage. Denzel Washington, just to name a few. Samuel L. Jackson. Their spouses are not.
Yeah, they're not in the industry.
Very much. There's a reason for that. But people won't understand because I'll tell you one thing about entertainers. We're creative, we're sensitive, and we're very romantic. So it's the reason why when you watch a movie, you start crying in a sad scene or a romantic scene because we know how to do it. We know how to make it work. We're good at writing, so we write good lyrics. We're very poetic. You understand? So all that can make you get into that spiral of love, and you think that, oh, this is a good place to be, but it is just who we are, and it's how we are. So if you're not careful, you get sucked into it.
I'm going to give you a couple of questions right now. Quick fire questions, quick fire answers. You don't have to give me context. Sorry, pardon me for that. Who was the worst DJ that you've worked with?
Worst?
Yeah. Where it's either you come up next, or he played after you, or she played after you, and you're like, what is this person doing? Be honest, Kboz. Be honest. We are fixing this country and we are fixing this industry.
They are so bad I can't even remember.
So you can't even remember the names. How long gone was this? How long back was this where you were really disappointed by the level of DJing?
I think 2 years back. And then one, I'd say, just recently.
Just recently? Female DJ or male DJ?
Female.
Oh, but like we try to empower Mose. Women empowerment, Mose. Kboz.
The female DJs are good.
Yeah.
But this particular one, no.
It was questionable.
No.
Which artists must never ever enter your studio again unless they come back maybe with some miracle vocals? There are a few. God, you have to give it to me, Kboz. At least give me the genre, at least.
They know themselves.
And did you at least tell them straight up?
Yeah, I'm very honest.
Yeah,
and I'm hated for that honesty. But they know themselves, guys. Which is my family? Yeah, don't ever do that again. Stay away from this.
Not even, no amount of money will...
No. We need to get serious with the music industry.
Yeah.
We've got good talent out there, and then we've got a lot of mediocrity going on. But it's so funny, mediocrity will trend. And then it makes the artist think that I am good, but you're trending because of mediocrity. People are just entertained by your mediocrity. You understand? Yeah. So please stop.
Yeah.
Let's stop it.
One last trick question, Kboz. And I'll ask you this question because, again, you've been a gentleman that has contributed to this industry since the year 2000.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you've contributed to this industry in ways that people will probably never even know about. Damn it, we will probably even have to invite you back to this platform to speak about some of the stories.
Yeah.
Is Frida herself from what you see? And I ask you this question because everyone is talking about it.
Yeah.
We had Sula in that chair that claimed that Frida is not herself.
Yeah.
We gifted Dr. Mondo the right of reply, he refused.
Okay.
But from your observations, from what you've known Gallivant, from the Dungeon families to Frida being a solo artist, is Frida at the quality that she needs to be right now?
I'll be very, very frank with you. The last time I was following Frida was Boom Boom era. Yeah.
When Arafat was still alive.
Yeah.
The late.
Yeah,
May God bless his soul.
That album she did with Arafat, that was a beautiful album. Yeah. But after that, I kind of lost touch.
Have you seen her stuff?
The new stuff?
Yeah.
Is there new stuff?
Yes, with Dr. Mondo.
Oh.
You have not seen it?
No.
Okay. Do you promise to go check it out? And perhaps...
is it worth checking out?
Is it worth checking out? I can't answer that question. I can't. Perhaps you guys will help him answer that question. Is it worth Kboz checking out Frida's new stuff?
Yeah, because for me, my time is valuable. I can't waste 3 minutes that I won't get back watching something that's not of use to me. Yeah, so it has to be worth it. I've not followed up on her, to be very honest. Yeah. I've not followed up on her because she's not out there. You understand? On my side, I'm not seeing Frida out there. So to me, maybe she's laid back. Maybe she wants to become a family woman. Maybe she wants to do something with her life. But I've not followed up on her. You know? So if there is new stuff, I really honestly don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but
it's a problem that you don't know, because you're the man in the middle of the industry that gets booked for these gigs, and you know.
Yeah, but if you're out there, you're out there. I should be able to see it. You understand? Yeah, Otea has been releasing singles of late. You know, I was at one of her in-laws' weddings, and yeah, she was there performing. She performed. We made her perform "Shake It," you know, and then she performed one.
You made her perform "Shake It." That almost went over my head. Yeah.
We love it.
Of course, yeah. It's your legacy. Accept it. Yeah.
It's the song. Like, it doesn't matter where I am, I will play that song.
Exactly.
It's one of my golden oldies. You understand? So I know what she's doing because I constantly meet up.
You see her and then you meet up with her. Yeah.
So even when I'm meeting up with her, she'll tell me, "Oh, by the way, I've released a new song." You know. So I'll go check it out.
Okay.
But the last time I even met Frida in person was a while back. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, it was a while back, and I even tried hollering at her, and she just walked by.
Like she didn't recognize you, or?
Yeah, like she heard me, but she just walked by.
You greeted her?
Yes.
And it was audible, like you guys were not far.
No.
You were nearby, you greeted her.
And she just walked by.
Was she alone?
No.
She was in a company with someone else?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us in your final question, in my final question, who do you think was your biggest rival in terms of your art?
My biggest rival.
And now it's not. It's who?
Sula.
Sula, you and Sula.
That
guy, because you're the Sally Otea or Era one.
Goodness. Way back.
Yeah.
It was just this thing.
But you guys are from the same.
No.
Yeah.
No, you know the thing is, Sula is my big brother. So I think it was just that brotherly rivalry from the same house. And everyone wants to prove to mom, I'm the better brother. You understand? Yeah. We're grown now. Now we share a common interest, and that's the interest of making the industry what it should be. Yeah, and the rivalry was needed because it made us who we are. We literally dominated that era. because we were constantly trying to prove
and outwork each other.
Yeah. And it made the whole attention be on us, you know, and it made us constantly release big songs. You know, the big songs came out because you had to prove, like, nah, you can't have the biggest song.
Yeah.
I gotta have the
biggest song.
I gotta go into that. So, shout out to, my boy. No, really, it was out of love. It was not through hate. You know,
like it was not malicious.
No, it was not malicious. It was just competitiveness. You understand? But it was not, if I meet you in town, I'm not gonna greet you or what. No, we would still greet each other in public places. But hey, when it came time to throw shade, we would
throw the shade. Yeah.
But we'll still meet. Family get together. Hey, we'll eat dinner together.
Kboz, thank you so much for owning your truth. Thank you so much for coming on the platform and just and being honest. You know what I mean, and controlling your narrative. We really appreciate you. And I mean, I think as an industry, I can tell you right now, I'm a kid, literally in front of you and the work that you've done. Pablo. Freaking Dog's first, or King Titty now, his first breakout singles.
Tekla from you.
Tekla, oh my goodness, wow. That's why we need you back on the platform.
Before she was Tekla.
Before she was even Tekla.
Yes, we used I used to play the piano in those small Unam rooms.
Yeah.
And Flame.
Yeah, Flavor Flame.
Flavor Flame, yeah. We would play the piano while she's singing. And people would walk by and they'll be like, yo, that girl can, wherever you are, you can sing. Yeah, so it's from way back.
Before I let you go, now that you mentioned Tekla, when you said that what was happening with her life?
Very much. Very, very much. And it's you see, that's the problem I have with our industry. It does not take care of their own. Yeah, Tekla should be in a different space in her career right now. But the unfortunate thing is, we tend to blame the artists and say, yeah, they are into alcohol, they're into drugs, they're into what, blah, 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 those things. But I keep telling guys, there is something that is amiss in our industry, and that is in terms of the structure. There's nothing wrong with the music. There's everything wrong with the structure that's supposed to support the music. The song she did with Bojo Mojo is a big song. Bojo Mojo literally went and bought hammers and whatnot.
Yeah, it was worldwide.
It was worldwide, but look at the singer. You understand? So it's nothing to do with the music. So everything to do with the structure, and I think that's where we need to. That's where Sula and I now started realizing
the common interest.
The common interest is
working with NASCAM.
Yes, we need to get the structure right so that artists really start making the money they're supposed to be making.
I mean, in a recent interview, Tekla did say that she didn't get any royalties from Bojo Mojo,
which is a shame.
But you know what? We have invited her to the podcast. She'll be on the podcast very, very soon, and then she will share her story as well.
Yeah, and it's not just about that, guys. I know the new kids are on the block are doing their thing, and I know they're happening. But we need to keep supporting the legends, you know. We need to keep having legend shows and let the legends, you know, it pisses me off when I'm looking at an event where they're inviting Dr. Victor and who and all these oldies, you know, to come to the event.
But our oldies are not there.
We're not seeing our Teklas and our who's over there performing. They've got golden oldies also that these old people listen to. So we need to change the narrative completely. We need to change the structure. The structure is off. For people like us, we're okay because we understood it from the word go. But it's not okay for me to be okay and my brother or sister not okay.
Yeah, not okay. Yeah. All right, Kboz, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. I mean, you legendary. Right, and you will continue to be legendary because now you are on a beautiful new journey with your fiance Osifrida. With a new journey with TNA Music. Sorry, and you're working on so much more. You're in studio now with Gaza. You are literally behind the sound of his. What could be his final album? We never know. We're speculating. We'll probably have to get him on the platform as well to confirm that. And you're working with Sally and so many things, other things that we probably don't even know about. Waters, obviously, do you understand the new generational talent? So thank you so much for your time, Buddha. We appreciate you, sir. Does it? It's a Friday. It's a podcast. This is what we do, and like I said, we have invited a couple of people onto our podcast. They will be here, but for now, though, thank you so much for sharing. Leave the comments, debate, skinner, do whatever it is that you need to do, and next week Friday we'll bring you another episode. Sharpies.
Thank you.
Yeah, come over the cat to cut, we